Yeah. Yes, y'all. Everything is gonna be all right. Yeah, you thought it wouldn't be all right, but it will. Everything is gonna be all right, and everything is gonna be all right. Take your time. Let's go, y'all. It's the daily go get mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting. And we are in motion, y'all. What's going on, my man Donald Mack? It's all up in the house. And Virgo L. What's up, Virgo L? You know what I mean? I ain't seen you around in so long now. It's really good to see you down now. Back once again, word. So it's the Daily Go Get It Business Show. And today, on this Saturday, first of all, I want to apologize for not being able to get through tonight. Come through last night. But it was my mom's 80th birthday party. She was her 80th birthday. And my sisters had an impromptu party out of nowhere. So it's all good. It's all love. It's all wood. Everything's going to be all right. Let's get it understood. Daily Go Get It Business Show. Today on the Daily Go Get It Business Show, we are talking about what happens when you get arrested. What happens when you get arrested? So we're going to talk about if you've ever been arrested, when you've gotten arrested, and how it felt when it happened to you for the first time. And I'm going to break it down. We're going to talk about all the shit that goes down. And that's my word, y'all. A Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita. It's good to see you. You know it is. T. Carry right. Morning, noon, and night. I got you in my sight. And it's all good. And it's all love. We got it right, y'all. Everything is going to be good. Emily Dunlap is in the house. Bow. She about to turn it out. And Stacey Yvette White. Hold it down for the D. I got my eyes on D. So, you know, more than likely, if you have family members, friends, or whatever, once you reach a certain age, especially if you're black, you're gonna know somebody who got arrested or who has been arrested. If you're a young black man, there's a good chance that by the time you reach the age of 21, you've been arrested maybe more than once. And that's not to say that all black men can't stay out of jail or whatever, but you know, it does seem like the jails seem to have a thing for us. Hold on, let me get this light. This light right. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know how I go. Yeah, just had to, tilt that thing in a little bit. Tilt it in a little something. Just something. What's going on, Queen Matu Queen Monica's all up in the house. So yeah. So we're going to talk about the first time you got arrested. What happens when you get arrested? Because I don't think that people who have never been arrested before understand the gravity of the situation when the cops put them cuffs on you. When you realize that you're going to have to get in that car and you're going to be taken away, as a black person, you're never really all that confident about what's going to happen after that. It can be a very scary thing, and we're going to get into it. So let's break it down. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, with this your daily, the Daily Go Get It Business Show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. I'm the host, Sun 752, a.k.a. Omar with the... And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R's. The Daily Go Get It Business Show, all up in your area, and we are in motion. And we talk about what happens when you get arrested. So how y'all feeling? First of all, how y'all doing out there? Y'all good? We good? My people good? Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Now I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm thinking right now. Oh, hold on. I gotta get plugged in over here. We gotta get plugged in over here. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't using no devices last night. I was using devices last night. Things is on their last leg over here. We can't let it go down like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just wanted to see y'all good. Everybody straight. Everybody good. Like I said, my mom and my sister's birthday was yesterday. So what started out as just, you know, drive by, you know, because that's how it's going down in the COVID era. Just a little drive by, you know, people just gonna come through and, you know, holler. But it turned into y'all see them balloons and shit. It say 80. My mom turned 80. She turned a big 8-0. The foe and the foe and add a O. I said the foe and the foe and you add a O. Well, you add the foe and you add a O, and that's 80, and that's how she's 80 years old. But yeah, so it was a nice little thing. Like I said, I thought I was going to be able to do the show last night, but evidently people had plans in store for me that I just didn't understand. I'm gonna have to start listening to the voice of reason. I'm gonna have to start understanding exactly what I'm being faced with. But it was a good look. Shirley Sher, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Sher, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. So we're talking about what happens when you get arrested. What happens when you get arrested? Do you know what happens when you get arrested? First of all, if you're not ashamed to admit it, how many of y'all have ever been arrested before? Have you ever had the handcuffs placed on you? Arms in the back? Had to get into the squad car, the cruiser, the paddy wagon. Yeah, I've had the unfortunate experience of being in both, you know. But a lot of things go through your head, go through your mind when you get arrested, especially for the first time. Because when it happens to you for the first time, you can't believe it. It's like, yo, I'm getting locked up. Like, who does that? And that's seriously what you be thinking. Like, yo, who does that? Oh, wait a minute. Y'all want to go live with me? Or did y'all just press that by mistake? Donald Mack, you trying to go live with me? Queen Matu Mayini, you trying to go live with me? Let me know. I mean, we can make it happen. You know what I mean? We can make it happen, but I need to know. So I'm a dead this for a second. But if y'all real about it, we gonna get it. We gonna get that thing popping. The Donald Mack says, not too many situations that are as degrading. Been arrested twice. One for something I had no control over, and second for DUI. Been good ever since. Learned a lot from each situation. You know what? And what you just said pretty much sums up exactly what I'm trying to convey. You said that it's degrading, and it is. It's not like on TV or in the movies or whatever. When you are suspected of committing a crime or being a criminal or have been accused of committing an offense, them cops ain't playing with you. They ain't playing with you. You know what I mean? They're not laughing and joking. And it's not like when some white people in high profile cases have gotten locked up where they got burgers and fries and drinks and transfer and able to leave the country and go down to Mexico or transfer to a jail where they had organic food. It ain't like that for us. You know, they not playing with us, and you be feeling like they're going to take the first opportunity to go upside your head. And I've seen people who have had that billy club go upside their head, and I'm thinking, you know, that if you've ever felt a billy club, I mean, just touched one, you feel how heavy and thick and intimidating it is. Talk about blunt force object. That shit will fuck you up, and you don't want to take a chance on them hitting you anywhere. On any body part, that shit is gonna fuck you up. And you know, so you're thinking about that when you get arrested. You're thinking about it heavily. You know, are they gonna hurt me? Because they already are putting the cuffs on you. The cuffs are tight. They got, they're handling you. They're showing you who's in charge, and they're showing you who's in charge for real. For real, they're not playing around with you. Okay. TK Wright says, I was detained outside my high school on ABC News, and my parents saw me on TV. Wow. Sure husband says, well, I'm sure. She's TK Wright says, I didn't feel degraded. I did what I did, and I was proud of it. Okay, well, that's one experience, but nonetheless, when you get arrested, you have to take a ride with police officers, and you're by yourself. So you have to trust that you are in the care of somebody who only has the interest in getting you to the precinct. Now, for us, that's not a slam dunk. I have never gotten in a squad car for any reason and felt like I was going to a safe place. I've never felt safe while I was in a squad car. It's not the place to be. It ain't the place to be at all. That shit is it's a bad situation that seems to get worse and worse as time goes on. It's not a good look. It's absolutely not a good look, and it will take you there mentally and emotionally. That's why a lot of people, when they get arrested, they start crying. I've seen men break down like, oh shit, because you've heard stories of people getting their ass whooped by the cops before they ever made it to the damn precinct, or by the time they make it to the precinct, you are either so messed up, so battered and bruised, you are on your last leg, to the point where they had to take you to the hospital before they ever took you to the precinct. And then they'll tell the authorities higher than them that you resisted arrest. You know damn well you didn't resist arrest. You was too afraid to resist arrest. You were told by somebody more than likely that as long as you don't resist arrest, and as long as you don't make a problem, as long as you don't get out of pocket, as long as you don't verbally abuse, as long as you don't misconduct yourself, then you should be okay. Is that the way it goes, though? Is that the way it goes? I don't believe so. I don't think so. We'll get your ass whooped. You know, so it's a serious thing when you first get arrested. And there are other things that happen when you get arrested to really wake you up to the gravity of your situation and let you know how serious it is. The gravity of the situation really lets you know how serious it is. It's not a joke. It ain't nothing to play with. This is not a game. And it will definitely wake you up to the fact that this is not a game. Like you realize when you get arrested how disconnected you are to the rest of the world. That's one of the things that you start to realize early, how disconnected you are. And it does not matter whether you are the person who got arrested or not, because if it's somebody who you're close to, you want to help them and you can't. You want to talk to them and you can't. You want to connect with them and you can't. You want to handle things for them outside and you can't. You know, when I say that you have been disconnected to the rest of the world, I want y'all to understand how serious that is, how real that is. You could have you can get arrested for anything. You can get arrested for mistaken identity. You can get arrested for something that you did that you didn't really realize that you were doing. You could get arrested for helping a friend out. You can get arrested for a lot of different reasons. But I'm going to just put y'all on to some things that you might not even think about when you think about how when somebody gets locked up. I'm going to tell you some of the things that goes through a person's mind. What's up, Sucre J2? Sucre JDX. How you feeling, man? Good to see me, some you. Thanks for coming on through. Yeah, like, let's say you were cooking dinner and you had to go to the store. You know, you may have been slow cooking something. You turned it down on the stove. It was supposed to cook 2, 3, 4 hours. You was just going to the store. It was going to take you a half an hour to get there and get back, tops. Even if it took you an hour and a half, you were still good. You go out, you're driving a car that belongs that is a stolen vehicle. You didn't know that shit. Somebody left their car with you, or a car that you thought was theirs, and there was a warrant for the arrest of the person who owned the car, or the car was involved in some kind of shady activity. Now, you didn't know that shit. You didn't know that. You didn't know that at all. You going out to the store, you fuck around, get stopped by the cops, and get arrested. You got a pot of beans on the stove. I mean, really, we don't be thinking about that kind of shit. And guess what? The cops ain't going to let you go home and turn your beans off. Don't work that way. You ain't doing nothing before you get arrested. No, you cannot make a few calls. You cannot do this. You cannot do that. As soon as you're under arrest, you're under arrest. Everything that you have is seized, car impounded, things like that happen. But you got a pot of beans on the stove. Fuck around and lose your house. You don't know when you're getting out. And that's another thing. You don't know when you're getting out. When you go to jail, when you get locked up, you don't know how long you're going to be in there. What you do know is that you're in there. Let me pop this thing out. Let me pop this chat out because it's so small that I ain't going to be able to say it. I need to be bigger. Okay, that's better. That a little better. That's definitely better. Okay. Okay. Carol Chamberlain says, if I knew anyone who would stand up for what they thought was right, it would be you, Taki. Love that about you. Okay. All right. How you know she wasn't how you know that she ain't I don't know, pull a razor out of cheek and slash somebody. Sure, you could cut somebody for a good reason. But the fact that she had the razor up in her cheek lets you know that she was a G. What are you doing being a G? Now, I'm not saying that she was busy being a G. But anyway, when you get arrested, it doesn't matter what kind of good person you are. What happens is that you are instantly disconnected from the world. And if you're trying to take care of somebody or help somebody out that is under arrest, you can't call them to ask them what they need you to do. You have to figure it out or wait for them to be able to call you. You got to wait. You got to wait for them to be able to call you. You're not able to get in touch with them. You're not able to service them or assist them in any type of way. They are under the supervision, the care of people that they don't know, don't care about them, and who are looking at them as criminals. And that puts them in a precarious position. Not only that, but they're in jail with a bunch of people who actually have committed serious crimes. All types of shit. Violent crimes. Thug shit. People, you're dealing with people, you're going to be dealing with people while you're in jail who are used to going to jail, back and forth to jail. Like going to jail for them ain't nothing. Ain't no big deal. So they take chances on losing their freedom all the time. And here you are taking a chance, in a position where it looks like you're taking a chance on losing your freedom. So, that shit about that one phone call thing. Let me tell y'all something. Because I actually did do well in my classes when I took administration of justice. When I was in college. They call it criminal justice now, but that's not what my degree is in, and that's not what it was called. It was a broader. Anyway, so that one phone call shit is TV shit. That's the movie shit. There is nothing in the law that says they have to give you a phone call at all. When you're under arrest, you have sacrificed all of your regular rights. Because you're detained. So, they could always say, well, yeah, I didn't give him a chance to make a call because I was, we were under the impression that they were going to call somebody to come and hurt us. They don't have to give you no phone call while you're in jail. They do. And they actually let you have more than one phone call, depending on where you are and the discretion of the people who you are under the supervision of. But they don't have to get that. There's nothing, not one thing in the law that says that they have to give you a phone call. That is straight movie shit. Now, they do have to give you access to legal counsel. And now, if that's what you want your phone call to be, fine. I need to get in touch with my lawyer. Yes, they have to let you do that. They have to let you get in touch with your lawyer. Not as many times as you want to, though. Let your lawyer know what's going on with you, and he should make it his business to come to the precinct or whatever to talk to you. But they ain't got to let you call your mom, your dad, your wife, your husband. They ain't got to let you do none of that shit. No, they don't. Nope. So that pot of beans that you left on the stove, good luck. Good luck. You may ask yourself questions like, who's going to walk my dog? So you don't be thinking about this shit until you're actually sitting in the fucking cell. Like, the dog needs to be fed and walked, or they're going to shit on the floor. They can only hold it but so long. Real shit. So you have to, when you get arrested, you don't know how long you're going to be in there. You don't know depending on the seriousness of the offense that you've been accused of, you could be in there for a good minute. You might be in there for a while. Who's going to handle your business? You got a job. Hopefully you get out in time to not have to have spent all of your PTO. But that's real shit. Now, I've been locked up before where the prison guards were very sensitive to people who work. So they tell you, like, yeah, I'm going to let you call your job. Call them, let them know what's going on with you. Which was cool because they was at work. So they understand, like, yo, I'm at work. And if I got locked up, I would want to be able to tell my boss, yo, I'm not going to be able to make it in, or I'm going to be late, or, give them some type of explanation, because the worst thing that can happen to you is that you get locked up, then you get out and you come home and you don't even have any type of means to be able to fight the case if it's ongoing. Depending on the seriousness of what you've done or what you've been accused of, this shit can get hairy, very hairy. Donald Mack says, man, hurry up and get to my house and out the mother and cut the motherfucking beans off. Oh yeah, bail me out too. And you laugh about that, but that shit is real shit. This shit has happened to people. I'm gonna explore a lot of the shit that people don't talk about when they get locked up. You gotta leave whatever is going on outside of that jail. You gotta leave it out there. So if you're taking care of an elderly person, they need to get to dialysis or regular healthcare visits and shit like that. They may not be able to walk, or they may be immobilized, bedridden and shit like that. You're not even there to let the nurse in. You ain't there. And you ain't going to be there. And you don't even have a way of communicating that to somebody else. Not only that, but you may be embarrassed to have been locked up. You don't even want nobody all up in your business knowing you got locked up. It happens to a lot of people. They keep that shit on the low. A lot of people don't want nobody to know that they got locked up. T. Carey Wright says, I was detained in the late 80s for distributing condoms to teenagers during the AIDS epidemic. It was illegal in New York at the time. Ain't that some shit? Here you are selling sexual products. Man, everybody has a past. Everybody has a past. Everybody has a past. I'm just glad that you're on the straight and narrow now. If you are, but stay strong, stay true, and keep your head on the swivel. The law is still out here, and they don't have no problem. Listen, I just don't want to see you get Sandra Blanded. Lord, don't let them Sandra Blander. Don't Sandra Bland Tacky. Don't Sandra Bland carry right. Don't Sandra Bland nobody I know. Please don't let it go. Oh. But on some real shit. This shit is real. This shit is very, very real. Let me see here. Donald Mack says, man, if I'm in jail, I got 100 other thoughts before I start thinking about that dumbass dog. He be shitting in the house when I'm not in jail. Yeah, you crazy as hell. You're crazy as hell. Queen Matumaini says, I was picked up for questioning in state college and felt unsafe. They tried to railroad me to confession of credit card scheme. Oh shit. Based on me working at the post office. Yeah. At Penn State, up at main campus, they was famous for locking niggas up. I know I got locked up. Yes, I did. Queen Matumaini says, I wasn't even being arrested, but the ride in the police car alone was embarrassing. Yo, real shit. And hey, Monica, you remember how when anybody got arrested up at school, they put your shit they put that arrest in the paper, in the school paper. Everybody read that shit. That's how we knew who was locked up and who, like, yo, they locked up the boy. What boy? Yo, the boy, he living over there in East Halls and shit. Oh, the boy from Virginia? Yeah, yo, look, it's right here in the job. Like, oh shit. Yeah. Anybody who got arrested, they was in that paper. So we knew the who's who. You come into the student lounge and shit. Like, you good? My nigga, you made it home. You good? Make sure they don't take you at Rockview. I see you ain't get as far as that. Rockview is a state prison up near Penn State University. But that's after you've been convicted and all of that. That's real shit. But yeah. So it's real shit. But yeah, like I said, the thing about when you get arrested, whether it's you or somebody else, if it's, ladies, y'all have, and well, some of y'all sons have been locked up, or brothers, uncles, and shit like that, and you may have been a part of that. Like, yo, we got to do something for them. Initially, the big rush is to get them out of jail. So getting money up to be able to bail yourself out, or get bailed out is not an easy thing. Donald Mack, you probably know what I'm talking about. I don't know how long you was locked up, but if you had a DUI, you more than likely you spend at least a day. And when you have your bail hearing, you find out what you have to pay in order to get out. You might have the money right on you, but guess what? You can't use the money that's right on you. Because in order to use the money that's right on you, you would have to be able to get out of jail, go to the magistrate, come into the door, and and pay your shit. Go through metal detectors and all of that kind of shit. No, you already behind bars. So somebody else that has to come and pay your bail for you. whether it's your lawyer, whether it's your loved ones, whatever, your wife, whatever, your spouse, girl, whoever. Somebody has to do it for you. You are powerless in that situation. So you might be sitting on G's in order to get yourself out, but you don't have access to whatever you have. You're detained and you ain't going nowhere, and they ain't letting you out on some old, while we on our way to court for my preliminary hearing, can we stop off at the bank so I can, get this young bail? No, you can't. As a matter of fact, now these motherfucking CEOs and shit, they laughing at your dumb ass. The fuck out of here, dog. Nah, man, it don't work that way. I see you and I can see this your first time. It's real shit. It's real shit. He says, yes, somebody from jail wrote me a letter talking about he saw my name in lights. Wow. Yo, he saw your name in lights though. All right. T. Carey Wright says, LOL, I wasn't selling. I was giving them out for free. Oh, yeah. Distributing. So you got caught for distribution. I get it. Got caught for distribution. Well, I mean, the bottom line we all have a past. You did what you did, but you made it home. You made it home. You know what I mean? Dap me up for that. You made it home. You know what I mean? You all right? Ain't nobody touch you in there, did they? You good? You good? All right. Carol said, at Taki, Omar would have been selling them. Omar would have been stashing them. Free condoms, that means me. What you talking about? The 80s? Shit, that was a valuable instrument. Niggas was dying in AIDS in the 80s, right? Yo, they was dying. Couldn't take no chances. I don't want to die in the 80s of AIDS. Fuck that shit. This shit is type crazy. People's taking mad chances on their life. It ain't that deep though. Yo, shit is all right now. Yeah, but back then I wasn't down to be all sick and all fucking skinny and no. But I'm glad you made it back home. Now, that's the bottom line. You made it back home. You made it back home. Good looking. Glad you made it. Looks like you made it. You know what I mean? It looks like we made it. All right. But yeah. So when you get locked up, you're disconnected. You're disconnected from the rest of the world. Somebody from outside has to handle all of your business affairs, all of your personal affairs, all of your dealings. Somebody has to make explanations for you, excuses for you. You may have children. You know what I mean? On some real shit. Let's say you get locked up during the day. You are supposed to go pick your kids up from school. I've actually known of situations like this. You get locked up in mid-afternoon or some shit. You supposed to pick your kids up from daycare or some shit. Like you ain't make it. And you haven't called. Nobody know what the fuck is going on with you. Shit is crazy. And you left a pot of beans on beans on the stove. About to burn down your crib. Kids don't know daddy locked up. You know what I'm saying? At daycare, they like, yo, he all late and somebody, I'm about to call DHS. It's It's real shit. Make sure that y'all hit that like button, y'all. Make sure that y'all hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, share the show, share the show, share the show. I said hit the like button and share the show, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I said hit that like button, share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I said hit that like button, share the show. Hit that like button, share the show. Hit that like button, share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I said hit that like button, share the show. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I said hit that like button, share the show. Make sure that I get these hearts on the Instagram. Hearts, 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 hearts. Donald Mack says to be number 6. You really got arrested for jaywalking. To be number 6. What's number 6? But yeah, it's, when it happens to you for the first time, it's an eye-opening experience. Like I said, whether it's you who got arrested or whether it's somebody that you know who got arrested. Nobody wants to get that phone call. You get that phone call, that collect call back in the day. You have a collect call from blah, 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 blah. Hey, listen, I got locked up. It's on some bullshit. But listen, I need you to come, bail me out. It costs this much and blah, blah. And sometimes if it's a serious offense, it ain't sweet like that. Like, what you mean, $5,000? Not everybody got that money on hand. I mean, you got to put the house up for $5,000. And we live in the projects. Well, you live in the projects. You can't put the house up. Well, you know what's going to happen. You have to put your legs up. Somebody in here going to have to put their legs up. That may be part of the reason we in jail, but that's definitely going to have to be the method to get us out of jail. You got to put your legs up for your man, not this time for fun. Yo, I said, put your legs up in the air so you can get them up out there. Put your legs up. You done it for free, but this time you're going to have to get paid with money. Put your legs up. Can't put the house up. Put your legs up. Put your legs up. Can't put up the house. You got to do it, even though you his spouse. Yo, shit is real. Put your legs up. We need $5,000. And it ain't like in the music videos and on TV, motherfucker come home from jail to new cars and mink and fur coats and all that old kind of shit. It ain't sweet like that. It ain't sweet like that at all. We talking about what happens when you get arrested. What happens when you get arrested? Getting that money up. And speaking of bail money, a lot of people don't want to put that bail money up because on the real, you don't get all the money back. People who never been arrested or know nobody who has been arrested, they think that, all right, I put the bail up because I'm going to get the money back. No, you're not. You're getting back 70%. You put up $1,000, you get $700 back. Yeah, that's why it ain't sweet like that. That's why a lot of people don't be trying to fuck with that bail. Like, nah. Imagine $50,000 and they keeping 30% of it. What? Nah. That's 15 stacks. No. We don't need no music. Well, now, what we got here? We have a question, and we have a question on Instagram. Instagram, you can ask questions. What's the longest I've ever been detained? The longest I've ever been in jail was almost I got locked up Friday night, and I didn't come home until Sunday night. So just about 48 hours. Well, you know what? It's 48 hours any way that you cut it. Because when I actually had to serve my time for my DUIs, I had to do 48 hours. I had to do a weekend. So I went in Friday afternoon, got out Sunday afternoon. You know what I mean? And believe me, I was ready to go. I was like, I gotta get out of here. But the scariest part about it was when I was actually being taken up the state road. I was like, state road? Like, yo, I'm going from one jail to the next jail. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Went from one jail to the next jail. You know, because you go up state road, like, damn, I'm really going to be a CFCF? Magnificent Morocco said ashy hands. Yeah, that's ashy. My hands are ashy and they're clean. I don't care. Yep. Have not felt no ass. What's going on, my man? I ain't seen you around here in a minute. Good to see me some you. Good to see me some you, my man. My man. But yeah, so when I made it up to CFCF, but I never spent the night in CFCF. So I went from CFCF. I guess it was too many people getting locked up that weekend. I wound up having to go to Holmesburg. I was like, Holmesburg? How am I making it in Holmesburg? Well, the Holmesburg was actually a better situation because you had freedom of movement. You could use the phone all day in Holmesburg. So I got the Holmesburg like Sunday morning. And man, I ain't sleep none of this time. None. I had to be up for like 48 hours. But yeah, with the Holmesburg, I didn't eat. It was crazy. What's going on, Brown Eyes? Good to see me, some you, Brown Eyes, 1961. What's going on, man? How you feeling? And Sucre says, oh, I missed the comment above that, number 6. Hold on. Yeah, I don't see it, Donald Mac. Let me see. What's Sucre talking about? Imagine how that lady that won the lottery and kept having to bail her dude out. Well, that's a choice. Yeah. Yeah, that she basically just throwing the money away. She made that choice. You know, honestly, if there was any time to make an excuse for not being able for not doing something, it would have been that. But I guess she loved her man enough to go ahead and do that. But just know she ain't get all that money back. He talking about somebody fucking up some money. She really fucked up that money. Magnificent Morocco says CFCF has AC. It sure does. And they be having that shit on high. They AC is on tilt. It frees you in the summertime. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. And I'm not proud to say that I know this for a fact. But it is what it is. You know, I was there, so I seen it. Yeah, bailing her dude out. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you get 30% of that shit back. So the more the higher the bail, the less you're going to get back. And they just keep that money. You know, they tell you that it's for administrative fees. No, it's not. No, it's not. And needless to say, that puts a strain on people that actually want to help you out. Because they like, listen, I ain't got it like that. I ain't paying all that money to get you out of jail. It's your job to stay out of jail. And it is. But we're really talking about what happens when you get arrested. And we're talking a lot about the first time you get arrested. Because that's the time that means the most. Magnificent Morocco says ROR, released on your own recognizance. Well, you gotta be lucky to get ROR. And I have been lucky. I remember getting ROR. When I got locked up for my second DUI, they gave me ROR. And I think it's because they didn't know about my first one. My first one was in Delaware. And Delaware is slow reporting any type of crimes that you, especially DUI. If you want to get the best place locally to get locked up for a DUI is Delaware. I'm trying to tell you, it's Delaware. But yeah, so I had ROR for my second DUI. And as y'all may know, I had 3. That says 4, doesn't it? Yeah, I had 3. 3 DUI. And yeah, so my hard-headedness had me paying for a long time. But it could have been worse. It could have been worse. But yeah, so yeah, you know, when you get released on your own recognizance, you be feeling like, woo, yo, you like you feel the power of God. Like, yo, this is real shit. Yo, y'all gonna let me out for nothing? That's exactly how I felt. Like, yo. Then I got my third one. They was like, yo, what's up with you, dude? What's up with the boy? Because it was still an open case. It was still an open case. So, Magnificent Morocco said, fugitive of justice. That's why I don't have no tattoos. Because if I'm ever a fugitive from justice, one day I don't want no identifying scars or whatever. Yeah, man. That's what y'all want to do. Yeah, man. I ain't trying to be in the witness protection program. I'm trying to make sure that I'm free. But yeah, when you get arrested, you're disconnected from the rest of the world. You have to depend on your loved ones or somebody who cares about you in order to help you get up out of that shit, or to at least hold it down for you while you're still in. Because that's what you really need. You need somebody to hold it down for you while you're still in there, because it's going to be a while. Even if you only in there for a few days, that's a bid. If you in there for a few weeks, that's a bid. If you in jail for 2 weeks, that's just enough time for you to lose your job. Because, you know, somebody's going to have to call your job, let them know, well, they're going to have to take a leave of absence, but they're not here to let you know that that's what they're going to do. So can I handle that for them? They by that time, people know what happened to you. Well, are they sick? Why can't they call? Are they in a coma? Yeah. It's real. It's very, very real. It's very, very demoralizing because you're in a powerless position. Powerless position in a place where people are taking and diminishing more and more of your power day by day. You start having a little bit more sympathy for rats and other caged animals. You do. You start sympathizing with them like, you know, we take these animals in and we say that we feeding them and we giving them a better life. Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe so. By the way, on the YouTube side, how we doing? We not buffering and nothing over there, are we? Because I know his Taki came on this side. And I was wondering why come? Are we good? We straight? Are we all right? Them numbers ain't shit over there. So are we all right or are we okay? since Morocco, Magnificent Morocco was the only one talking. Yo, we all right? Am I clear on your side? We should be. I mean, I don't hear no more problems. We should be all right. We should be more than good. More than good. Even though I see a little delay. We all right? Oh, Taki said, I just wanted to see D-Mac. Okay, Carol says, only for a second, then it stopped. YouTube, all good. All right, that's what's up. I just want to make sure that, I mean, I don't want no problems. I'm working hard over here trying to make sure that we broadcasting in a good way, looking the way we pose to be looking. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, when you get arrested, especially for the first time, it's going to be scary. Are these cops going to whoop my ass? Are they going to even report what I did accurately? Doesn't always happen that way. You look at the arrest report that some policemen have put out, and you're like, what the fuck is this? They said I did this. They said I did that. I didn't do that. You know what I mean? It's very demoralizing, y'all. It's very, very demoralizing. It's one of those things that you don't want to experience. And it makes you ask the question, how do people get locked up and do time over and over and over again? Who would take chances on that happening to them? It takes some people longer to learn certain lessons than it does others. But that's something they have to deal with. A lot of times it turns into something that you have to deal with also. Magnificent Morocco says, how much you got on my books? Yeah. Glad I never got to the point where I had to even ask those questions, and like all that having money on my book shit, all that, waiting for phone time, fighting over phone time. You hear a lot about that shit and all that. It's funny because when I was in Holmesburg, it ain't seem like it was no danger there. He was playing cards a lot. I started to play with him. I'm like, fuck it. I did play. Yo, interesting thing. When I was doing my little stint and this little, they took these trailers and they made the trailers into jails over there on State Road where CFCF is. And I was in the trailer that they had built, and I was playing Scrabble in jail. And there was this boy in jail named 6'9". He was real tall. This motherfucker was good as shit at Scrabble. I'm like, ain't no jail motherfuckers gonna beat me in Scrabble. This nigga was a beast. He was a straight beast. And this wasn't the phone Scrabble. He couldn't cheat. He knew his words and his placement. He was waxed. Could nobody in jail beat 6'9" at Scrabble? And he had the Scrabble dictionary. So every time he played a word, he knew motherfuckers was going to be like, yo, that ain't no word. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. He would hand them the dictionary like, check it out. Damn if it wasn't. Shout out to the boy 6'9". I don't even remember what he was locked up for. But he pretty good at English games, word games. Carol Chamberlain says, my son had outstanding tickets, called me to bail him out, and they dug up old tickets in the system, and I made his bail before they could drop a detainer on the old tickets. Yo, that's real shit. You got motherfuckers who go to jail and they be trying to make bail before them prints come back. It used to take a while for fingerprints to come back. So you trying to make sure that you get on the outside before your real crimes, your real criminal history comes back. What's up? What's up, Sexy Chop 214? Sexy Chop 214. Birthday tomorrow. Ain't that true? Happy birthday. Pre-birthday to you. So crazy. J2 says you were in the trailer because you weren't staying long. Yeah, it was for basic, but not necessarily, because they had all the weekend warriors, people who were doing jail sentences that they could do on the weekend. So let's say you got convicted of a DUI and you had to do 30 days in jail. Well, they're sensitive to people who have jobs and shit. They don't want people losing their jobs while they're in jail on these relatively minor offenses. So some people were doing 30 days in jail, 45 days in jail, 90 days in jail, 60 days in jail, whatever. So you be doing, let's say 30 days in jail on the weekends. That's 15 weekends. I knew people who had 90 days. So you talking about like, listen, just don't look for me at no cookouts this year. But the thing about it is you could miss some weekends and they wouldn't violate you. But you ain't want to take it too far and start not going, because they're gonna recoup their time. But yeah, and they had a lot of people in them trailers who had actually done a lot of time, but they were on their way back home. So their time was short before they were actually about to get released. So I was seeing boys up there who, they was like, yeah, I did 10 upstate, and I got about 2 or 3 years left. They're gonna let me do that here. So now my kids are closer and all that kind of stuff. It was interesting to say the least. So yeah, but I got out of there that weekend. I was like, man, you know what? I'll be damned if I ain't going straight. And I didn't. I still kept drinking and driving, and almost got locked up for it multiple times after that. And yo, that shit. And that would have really been my ass if I would have caught another DUI. That was my ass, for real. That was they wasn't gonna play around with me when it came to that, because they took the 2 DUIs from Pennsylvania and made them into one and counted it as my first offense. I didn't have no other priors. I'm not a criminal in the eyes of the law. So anyway, but when you come, I was able to get that deal done because I had a lawyer. A public defender probably wouldn't have been able to do that for me, or wouldn't have taken the time to do it. And that's another thing. When you're disconnected from the world and you don't have a lot of money, you have to rely on a public defender in order to fight the case for you. And public defenders don't do that. They don't. They have too big of a caseload to be trying to put the effort that's necessary into any particular case. So you're gonna have to eat that, literally. Yeah, Magnificent Morocco says 2 days is a cakewalk. Yep, it's a cakewalk. But I wouldn't want to eat none of that cake. Shit, I wouldn't encourage nobody to spend a day in jail. Because there have been people who was only in jail for a day and never came home. And I mean, well, they never came home alive. So, but yeah, you're right. Cal Chamberlain says, never been locked up and not trying to be either. That's right. That's right. But when you have to deal with other family members, friends, loved ones, whatever, people that you are connected to who have made mistakes or who are ne'er-do-wells. You got to deal with this kind of shit. And it is something that we have to deal with. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. You're disconnected from the world. You know? It always surprises me when people in jail have seen certain TV shows and shit like that. Before it wasn't easy to sneak a phone in jail or whatever. Now motherfuckers be in jail, they be having phones and shit. Be on the internet, Facebook, Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck? People sneak phones in. They've relaxed the rules in a lot of institutions. Some people are very sensitive to what people are going through. So they'll allow certain concessions for certain people. But it's not a guarantee that it's going to be you. And when it's not you, you're sitting there assed out, fucked up. Taki Zori says, agreed. You answered my second question. Yeah. So yeah. And I know I keep repeating that you're disconnected from the rest of the world, but that's the thing that I want people to understand the most. When you get arrested for the first time, it's scary. They be handling you, throwing you around. You know what I'm saying? Feeling like they want to hurt you because they have to lay the intimidation game down and let you know, or try to put it in your mind that they are not intimidated by you. They're not threatened by you. They're not afraid of you. And they have the upper hand. And you're going to have to respect this authority right now, or else it's going to get really, really bad for you if you keep fucking around. Magnificent Morocco says 2 weeks in quarantine now. Yeah, with this whole thing with the COVID thing and all of that. Man, it's and that shit is in jail heavy. That shit is in the prisons heavy. So there's a lot to consider when you talk about what happens when you get arrested. But what ultimately happens when you get arrested is that your life changes in an instant. So you may have felt like you were in situations where you were under restrictions before, but it was nothing like you're experiencing right now. It was nothing. It can never compare or come close to what's going on in your life right now as far as your detainment is concerned. Nothing. It doesn't come close. It does not come close. It's real shit. Very, very real. Shit is real, son. This shit is real. And it's something that you have to deal with. It's something that, of course, you would rather the situation be a lot different. But you have to deal with the matter at hand. And the matter at hand just doesn't play into... It doesn't play into what's conducive to making you comfortable. It's not a good look for you. It's not a good look for you, but it's going to be all right one way or another. You will take some lessons from this situation, and hopefully it will compel you to either improve your techniques or to drop the bullshit altogether. If your first arrest don't do that, and it might not, because it often doesn't. Hopefully somewhere down the line, you start to wake up. Magnificent Morocco says there's benefits though. Benefits to what? To being in quarantine for 2 weeks? Thanks, Emily. Thanks for sharing the show, y'all. Thanks for sharing the show. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Y'all know what it is. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Be a little light on the likes. We light on the likes. We light on the viewership. And people probably have things to do. You know, maybe they're getting prepared for this next storm that's supposed to be coming through. I don't know. What I do know is that y'all could have been any other place in the world, but y'all came through so we could talk about what happens when you get arrested. What happens when you get arrested? Got them cuffs on. They done messed up your shoulder, your arm, gave you a rib shot. Got your arms all in back of you and shit. Riding in the car, your arms all in back of you. You talking to them, and you know what I mean? They might be talking to you while you in the squad car. They teasing the shit out of you. Like, motherfucker, we should take you out there, out in the park and have our way with you. And this time it won't be sexy, pussy. I know one thing. That ain't the time to be like, fuck y'all. You ain't gonna do that shit because they probably already fucked you. They done already let you know. You know, I heard stories about, you know, motherfuckers getting put in the paddy wagon because they don't cuff you to nothing while you in the paddy wagon. Your arms are just behind your back. It ain't like it's seats back there. It's a bench on this side, a bench on that side. So hopefully, whoever the cop is that's driving the damn van is a good driver. He might not be throwing y'all all around in the back of that damn van. Come out of there, whip blast up. You fucked up. Carol Chamberlain says, getting arrested can have a negative impact on your life depending on the charge. Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. And Magnificent Morocco says, when you get released, there's lots of offender programs. Yeah, but that's not a benefit. But let's talk about that after the arrest. First of all, you have an arrest and possibly a conviction on your record. Now, whereas your criminal record was totally clean before, now let's say you go look for a job or something like that. Instead of before when it was like, have you ever been convicted of a crime or have you ever been convicted of a felony? And you were able to say no. Now you have to go to the please explain section. And you have to know how to write. You have to know how to write because the explanation that you're going to give may not be all that good. You know, just keeping it a buck with you. You may not have a good explanation for what you did, where you are, what position that you're in. So, if you get locked up for a financial crime, you know, check fraud, credit card fraud, that type shit, you can never work at a bank or any other type of financial institution. You might think to yourself, yeah, well, I don't want to work there anyway. But you never know. You never know what the future holds for you. You never know. Somewhere down the line, you may need a position or be trying to get a position where you're handling large sums of money. And this may be the one thing that eliminated the possibility of you being able to do that. It eliminated it. You might have been younger when you thought about it or when you did it. You wasn't thinking about it. Like, so what? Yeah. You know what? One time, 2018, it was either 2018 or 2019. I think it was 2018. I applied for this job. The job was over there in Jersey. It was over there in Jersey. And it was looking like I was going to get this job. And they called me. They was like, well, you know, we have to rescind our offer for the position because we see that you had a DUI. I was like, I lost a job. Well, I didn't lose it yet because I hadn't gotten it yet. But I was refused a job because I had DUI. I never really thought that. First of all, it's not a felony, and I never thought that misdemeanor crime like that would have any type of impact on my ability to be able to do anything. But guess what? It sure did. It sure did. Sure did. So but yeah, so yeah, down the line, this thing can really blow up and put you in a precarious position. It can make things uncomfortable for you. Sometimes people judge you by the things that you've done, not necessarily who you are. And sometimes that's justified. A lot of times it's not justified. So these are some of the issues, some of the things that come along with not being able to have a clean record. You know what I mean? So even this arrest, a lot of times cases get expunged, which means they supposed to have gotten thrown out or sealed to the point where nobody can see anything that's on your criminal record, or at least that infraction. And trust me, they can find out whatever they need to find out. Government jobs, anybody who's good with a computer, you can find out what somebody has done. Grits and wavy, and grits. I said a grits and wavy and grits. I said a grits and wavy and grits. I'm glad you came through a Saturday morning because you just use the. Carol Chambers says Freddie Gray. Yeah. Hold on, let me make sure I read this right. Freddie Gray was tossed like trash in the back of a paddy wagon, and I mean, even though they had already beat him up, yeah, they did the same thing with George Floyd. He was already dead when they put him in the damn car. I'm like, really? He was dead. Magnificent Morocco says there's a list of companies that hire offenders now. Violent, of course. I work for a company that obviously gets money. That obviously gets money for hiring ex-offenders, violent and otherwise. It's a little weird, but it is what it is. And don't get me wrong, because I'm very pro rehabilitation. I believe that good people deserve a second chance, maybe even more than a second chance. But I don't like to see nobody get caught out there, on over something they may have done in their youth. Ain't this up a bitch? Okay. Yeah, I don't want to see nobody out there get all fucked up on some old. I did this when I was young, and because when you're young and you're impressionable, you there's a good chance you might get into some shit. And I don't think that you should have to suffer for the rest of your life over it, but it happens. It happens. You can make a grave mistake when you're younger that you may carry with you for the rest of your life. Man, my man Green Beasley that came through. I haven't seen you in a while on the Blog Talk side. Thanks for coming on through. Grissom Wavy says, did you put the DUI on the application if you lie about about them, they can rescind the offer. I always put the DUI. Yeah, why wouldn't? First of all, yeah, the dumbest thing that you can do is lie on a job application about anything that you've done, because they're going to do a criminal background check. They ain't going to just let that go. And in the profession that I work in, yeah, there are a lot of times in certain markets that you may work in require that you're clean, like, you know, that you're not a sex offender, that you're not a violent offender, that you don't have anger management issues or anything like that. It's a requirement on a lot of accounts. Evidently, the account that I'm on right now, not so much. Not so much. Okay. Yeah, tax breaks. Definitely. My man Lawrence Seiko, Chuck Money is all up in the house. What's going on, my man? My man. I mean, my man, my mellow. It's on you. So what you gonna do? Thanks for coming on through, my brother. Kristen Wavy says, most states, if 7 years has passed, it don't matter. I had 3 DUIs. 3. That shit ain't going away. But they were all over 7 years ago. That's for sure. This job, that job didn't want me to have a DUI on my record because it was a driving job. I didn't really realize it was a driving job. It wasn't necessarily a straight driving job, but it was a job. It was like a regional type of position where I would have had to have gone from one site to another site and blah, blah, blah. So I guess they didn't want to take that chance. Things happen for a reason, and I didn't get that job. But I was really surprised because it's never become an issue. It has never even came up before. You know, like, I guess so many people have gotten DUIs. They're like, the person reading this shit could have had one, like, oh, shit. Check this shit on your rap sheet. Look, yep. He told the truth. Got a DUI or 2 or 3. It was a minute ago, but hey. Magnificent Morocco says record expunged after 10 years. Yeah. Oh, you must be talking about the benefits program. From what I know about expungement, none of that shit is ever... Nothing is expunged if you do it again. Expungement is for people who follow the straight and narrow path. Expungement is for people who get their shit together. Better get your shit together. You gotta get your shit together. You better get your shit together. You better get your shit together. Yeah, that's what expungement is for. For people who are still living the life that got them fucked up in the first place, expungement is not an issue. It's not. Nah. I know a lot of sex offenders, which they could get their record expunged. You can't. Carrying that shit with you forever. Forever. You know what I mean? Hey, it is what it is. I guess the feeling behind that is if the victim has to live with that shit and carry it forever, then you got to carry what you did forever. Now, of course, we know that a lot of people have been arrested for sexual, not sexual, for sexual offenses who didn't do it, especially when it comes to the whole corruption of minors, all that kind of shit. And so we've heard horror stories of young men 18, 19, 20 years old dating a 17-year-old. Parents got wind of it. They was pissed off about it. Caught a statutory rape. You carrying that shit for the rest of your life and you ain't do shit. That was your damn girl. It wouldn't matter if she was a smut. Y'all might have only been 1, 2, or 3 years apart. In the eyes of the law, though, one was an adult, the other one was a minor. You got caught up. You carrying that shit for forever. Now, you want to talk about embarrassing. You want to talk about embarrassment. Imagine if you was 19 years old and your girl was 17 years old and her parents ain't like you and they made a move on your ass. You might have got your girl pregnant. She's 17, about to turn 18, got a baby in her stomach. But you won't be there for the birth of your child, because guess what happened? And it happens, man. It happens way more often, way too many times than I would like for it to have happened, but it does. Aqua activated. What's going on, my? Glad you made it. Grissom Wavy says there's also tax breaks for hiring people that are on welfare. Yeah, well, we took the title of this show is what happens after you get arrested. So welfare is a whole different story. We could talk about that on another show. But yeah, when you get arrested, it doesn't matter whether you have a lot of money, only have a little bit, middle class, lower middle class, upper class. Doesn't matter. You do some shit and you got to pay your way out of it. When talking about DUIs, that's one thing that nobody seems to be able to beat anymore. There's so many mandatory sentencing guidelines when it comes to DUI. And that's really the problem with it. They have issued mandatory sentencing guidelines when it comes to DUI. So we know of superstar athletes that had all this money and they got DUIs and they still had to do that weekend in jail. And they still kept that shit on their record. You can't beat a DUI? No. You're going to do your little bit of time. You ain't going to get railroaded, but you're going to do your little community service. You're going to do your little time. Look at Donovan McNabb. He ain't no goddamn criminal. But I bet you he was up, you know what I'm saying? I bet you he was picking up trash by on the highway. I'm not sure if that's what he had to do. But he had a DUI or two. Who knew Donovan was about that life? Right? He was clean as a whistle when he was in Philly, right? Never got into no trouble. You don't believe it? Ask T.O. Like, he a pussy. He's a company man. Carol Chamberlain says, young man I know went to prison 24 years. A young man went to prison 24 years ago. Served his time, has not even had a traffic ticket, and has been working the same job since release. Can't move forward and record. Oh, can't move forward and record was expunged. Damn. Well, why can't he move forward? Andy Reid's son fired. Listen, man, Andy Reid already lost one son to that, to drugs and shit. Now, the other one who was wilding, he was wilding back then. Them motherfuckers, now they grown ass men. They wasn't really all that young at the time. They was. Yeah, that's they've had problems, man. They've had problems. Listen, one thing is for sure. When white people get locked up for DUI, they did that shit. They don't listen, more than likely, whatever was reported that his sons did, it was worse. James Price is all up in the crib. What's going on? My man, my dog, my truth, my brother, my mellow, my man, my mellow, my man. Carol says, Omar trying to get better jobs. Oh, okay. But if this shit was expunged, see, that's what I'm talking about. That expungement shit, motherfuckers will go back in your criminal history and find what they want to find. They will find it. I trust that expungement shit as far as I can throw it. And I'm strong, but I ain't that strong. I gotta get stronger. Stronger. Shit is real. This shit is serious. Man, but yeah, this is real shit. And James Price, we was talking about what happens when you get arrested. So, like, yeah, we was talking about how it changes your life, or it can change your life from that first arrest to whenever you ever, get arrested again, if you ever get arrested again. But yeah, how the state or whatever the detaining authority is at that time has total jurisdiction over you. You can't run to the store. You can't, get things taken care of. So, before you can get locked up, like, yo, I just gotta pick my kindergarten baby up, from school. Then y'all can lock me up. No, don't work that way. I gotta feed my dog. Plus I gotta walk him and let the neighbors know that I'm going to need them to watch the dog for a little. No, it don't work that way. I left a pot of beans on the stove. No, it don't work that way. No. I left some bath water running. Can I? No, it don't work that way. Can you loosen up these cuffs? No, it don't work that way. You'll live. You'll live. James Price says, I see that I was missing out on a good one. It's cool, man, because I'm sure wherever you were doing something good. I saw the notifications. Says, do not pass go straight to jail. Yeah. It's demoralizing. And they treat you like a piece of shit. Like, how they talk about how you're innocent until proven guilty. And like, well, how can I be locked up if I'm innocent until proven guilty? Evidently, it's presumed that I'm guilty. So you're holding me whether with bail or you're holding me without bail because you really suspect that I've done what you say I've done. But that's not the real reason that they detain you. The real reason that they detain you is because they make money from that. There is no money and your ass going home. Well, they're gonna make money in the long run because you're gonna have to pay lawyers and everybody else who works in the courthouse is going to get paid off of you and people like you. But immediately, as far as bail is concerned, yeah. They have no interest in letting you go early or without provocation because, yeah, make money. You pay out 100% for bail, you get back 30%. I mean, you get back 70%. It's a pretty good deal for them. And that also goes against your presumption of innocence. I should get all of my money back if I don't flee from justice and I was proven not guilty. Why shouldn't you get all your money back? Well, they're not gonna give all your money back because that's how they make money. The game is money, and you are money. Your prisoner ass is money. But when you get arrested, you're not thinking about all of that. You're not thinking about who's making money. I know one thing, you know that you won't be making no money no time soon. You would not be going to work the next day. You would not be, cooking up some bacon and eggs and sausage and no, ain't none of that. You ain't getting none of that in the jail either. You won't be making your own menu. You won't be making your own decisions. You won't be navigating anything or anyone or barking orders. You won't be everything that happens from that point on will humble you because you're going to have to be humble in order to get anything done. People on the outside world that you need to help you out, you're going to have to ask them. You can't demand anything from them. They ain't scared of you. You ain't coming home no time soon. You can just sit. And you know that, and they know that. They know it. So you are not in the power position. You struggling to get home so you could bark orders, point your fingers, and tell somebody what to do again. But you ain't doing it right now. All the authority figures in your circle are telling you what to do. Shit. The motherfuckers that's short on time, they the ones who are the most obedient. They ain't trying to catch another charge and extend they life in jail. They don't want to do that. And I don't blame them. Yeah, James Bright says, hello. They are on some BS and it's a scam. They're all in. They're all in of it. Yeah. Just get money. They gonna get this money, baby. The money don't stop. Non-stop. But you ain't making none. Let's not get that twisted. You won't be making none or taking home none. All right, y'all. Speaking of taking a home none. And don't get me wrong, I have heard stories of cats that was in jail making money. Yes, I've heard of stories of cats that was in jail making money or whatever. Okay, that's fine. The majority just aren't like that. And speaking of coming home, cats come home with their canteen from jail. Like their whole life was in this motherfucking box. Your canteen. Like my cousin showed me his canteen when he came home. I was like, that's what they call that? Like, yeah, it's my box of shit. My canteen. You go home with your canteen. Oh, they're all in on it. Okay, I got you, my brother. We good. We gonna do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this. Some people were born on this. Some people were born on this. Glug. Hold on. I'm gonna have to stop using Chrome for this Facebook app because it don't seem to like the book. It don't like the book. All right. Okay. Okay. We get it together. We gonna get it together, y'all. Come on. Come on. Okay. Let's break it down. All right. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 13th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get the R, the E, the S, the P, E, C, T, 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 T. I was trying to hold up. I don't know what that shit is doing. All right. So you got on everything else, but it don't want to do that. It don't want to do that. All right. So this is what we're going to do. This is what they're going. This is what they're going. This is why I'm. Okay. Just do it this way. All right. Okay, number one out the box. My girl, Crystal Thomas. Happy birthday to you, Crystal Thomas. And also Queenie Giovanni Francois, turning 29 years old today. And Abuchi Peace, turning 28 years old today. And Danielle Jackson, happy birthday to you. And Go Get a Joy Armstrong. I turned the 44. Yeah, I did the 44. She got the bow. We'll take back the brr. And also Go Getter, my girl Mildred Hunter Dawson, affectionately known by me as Millie Mill. What's going on? And Crystal Johnson. Crystal Johnson turning, okay, no age for her. And somebody that I've known for years and years and years and decades and decades and decades, Janine Crawley, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, Randy Campbell Sr. Randy Campbell Sr. turning 53 years old today. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious February 13th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out. Rock on it, do the damn, rock out. Rock on it, do the damn thing, and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, all that getting locked up shit, getting arrested, yeah, it's going to change your life instantly. And I mean instantly. Whatever you think or whatever you have experienced in your life that you see can turn around, faster than anything else, that is the one thing. Because that will stop you from being able to do anything else that you were doing previously. That's the one thing that will happen to you that will shut down, stop, put to a halt and cease any productivity that you had, any momentum that you had gained is going to stop when they throw them cuffs on you, throw you in the back of that car and take you to the magistrate or the precinct or wherever they process you. You know, the arrest encompasses all of the fingerprinting, all of the mug shots, all of the bail hearings, and all of the preliminaries, the arraignment, all of those shit. All of that happens after the arrest. And you won't see any of that stuff coming, but all of it is coming. You know, we try to get it out of the way and get these things settled out of court before anything ever happens. Well, it doesn't happen like that for everybody. Thank God it doesn't always happen to everybody either. But nonetheless, the things that happen after an arrest are things that you're going to have to take care of in the immediate sense. There's no way around it. Listen, I want to thank y'all for coming through and checking out the daily go get Mism show. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow morning for an urban therapy with Sun show. Let's see what we're gonna be talking about tomorrow on the urban therapy with Sun show. What would we be talking about tomorrow night on that urban therapy? Let me see. See if I like this. Does owning it mean fixing it? So we're going to talk about accountability tomorrow. You know what they say, you got to own it. You need to own it. Okay. So if somebody owns a situation, if they concede like, yep, I fucked up. No way around it. I fucked up. It's not a good look. All right. So you own it. But are you fixing it? Are you working on it? Are you doing something about it? Are you, and it could be somebody else who is owning it, but are you encouraging them to not only own it, but fix it, take care of it, repair it, reverse it, divert it, do better with it, improve it, uplift it? Because they just may be, we may go over whether you can own something and be in denial of it at the same time. You admitting it and you're denying it. Well, we gonna see about it. We see about it. I want to thank y'all for coming through. So let me get you on up out of here. Yeah. Let me get you out of here. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Blog Talk, we gonna get you on up out of here now. And it's going down, 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 down.
90 seconds.
All right. So you're out of here. For my Instagrammers, appreciate y'all coming through. Like I said, tomorrow, Urban Therapy with Sun show. Radio. So I appreciate it, especially for y'all who stayed the whole time. Appreciate that. And for my YouTubers, y'all know what time it is. Let's see you on the book or whatever. Y'all know how we do. All right. Okay. I said, I rock him and say peace.